So I just thought I'd share a little bit of my trip with you. I'm heading down to the woodworkers to pick up my new sewing table. I bought a treadle sewing machine, but it needs a big table for, you know, what I do, which is production, mostly of pillows. But check it out, it's a beautiful day. And I'm like towards the top of one of these mountains here. And I've got my fridge in the car. Lots of good food in there. Got my cool new shoes. Like to drive with no shoes. Got my wooden Theracane there, and I just used it on my back, and it's the best tool. It just needed to be chiseled down a little bit more, you know. Got my other massage tools just in case I need them, especially that waif when all else fails massage tool. Yeah, my legs are going through a lot of crazy detox, and I was thinking to myself today about how the skin is the largest organ of elimination, and my whole freaking skin is going to do its thing with replacing itself, you know, regenerating, rejuvenating itself over a period of years. You know, you realize that doesn't just happen in a month or a year. That whole thing has to be replaced, and it's going to happen over time. So anyways, there goes a scooter. Somebody having to ride a scooter. But yeah, we're heading down, and we're going to get a new treadle. That's right, this is a treadle sewing machine table. And we're retrofitting the treadle part of it in later. So in a time of great expansion, it's necessary to have food that's easy and or fast. People need something easy and fast because they're too busy to make their own food. But in time, they can settle down and they can get back to natural foods and high quality foods. And then after they've done that, they can gradually move into more peaceful foods. Because you see, everything in life, like, people learn that if they don't do peaceful things, including food, then they're going to pay the price. And so the calmer you get with everything that you do, once again including food, the more peaceful and calm the food is, then the longer your body lasts. Because extreme things wear you out. You know that, right? Extreme things, like driving. This is something that I don't want to do very often. It's kind of fun, you know. People have loved driving for a long time. Bear in mind, when I drive, I do it very mindfully. It has to be mindful, especially while I'm shooting a video. I'm in constant mental awareness of what's going on there, what's going on over there, what's going on there, what's going on there. Birdie. I couldn't breathe basically for the last 5 minutes, and it still stinks from coming down the mountain there. The brake dust was so fucking strong. I was just thinking about this little health food restaurant in this small town in New Mexico that I lived at. And I would go there, and they had this pizza, speaking of a recent video I made, and the pizza's crust was a flaxseed crust that was it was flat, dehydrated flax seeds. And nowadays, there's no way in hell that I would eat that quantity of flax in a meal. There's no way that I would eat that much. It's just way, way too much fat and oil. And even though it's a lot of good omega-3, people think, well, that's really healthy. You don't eat that much nuts and seeds for a healthy diet. Now, you may be at a place where you need to eat a lot of nuts and seeds, like a crap load of peanut butter, to be able to get off of mass-produced meat like I do. But ultimately, and I've known this for forever, I was questioning it at the time, and that was 20 years ago. Like, should I be eating this much flaxseed? Because, you know, like a whole crust like that big of 1/4 inch thick almost flaxseed, that's a lot of flaxseed. So I was just looking at the condition of this road and thinking to myself that, you know, over time, as these roads get worse and worse and we're not able to afford or have the manpower or whatever to replace them, people are going to have to slow down to look out for potholes and things, right? So even if you've got $1 billion in the bank and you can afford as much gas as you want, you're still going to have to slow down because the roads are not going to be very good in the future. So many things are going to gradually degrade and force people to slow down. So it's like 3 o'clock and I haven't eaten anything but a fig, I think, this morning. And I've stopped in a nice little spot next to the highway, freeway, whatever it is. And I got myself a tree, good old tree. And we're gonna have some lunch. So I've got a car fridge for those of you that don't know. It's pretty cool. Right now it's at 33. One of the little lights is missing on that. But it's at 33 degrees in there, so yeah, that is pretty cool. And I got a avocado. And I got some bread and a little bit of fruit in that one. Got some peas, baked taters, green beans, and raw food. Got my raw food in there. Spoon. Remember to bring a spoon. Oh. So just in case, my right leg, I've been doing a lot of massage, and that is a ice pack. Need to put that back in there. So just in case, it's good to have an ice pack. Since I've got a fridge, I might as well bring it, right? But we seem to be good. So I'm just going to collectively bless all of this food. Okay, so what I do when I bless the food is I get centered and I try to relax and connect with creation and give thanks for things, you know. I give thanks for things that I'm grateful for, and including the food and other things. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Sometimes I might, you know, ask for a favor or something, you know, help me out with this or that if you could. And you know, if I'm doing my thing, what I'm supposed to be doing, then it's willing to oblige. That's just how it is. So let's try out these peas. I did good making those. Those are some good peas with vegetables mixed in. It's got dried tomatoes added. It's got peppers, yellow peppers, of course onions and garlic. And let's have some of that, some of those green beans. Those are steamed, and then I fry cooked them in coconut butter and water. And I'm gonna have to show you the coconut butter frying, because that's like a whole food frying. You can actually fry stuff at a low temperature and with coconut butter. Seriously good, seriously. You want some good food? Stick with me, baby. It's a lot of good food. So if you don't have a knife to whack the avocado pit with, how do you get it out of the avocado? Like that. So, you know, this simple needs bread is really good, even not warmed up, because it's sourdough, you know? And I've always liked stacking stuff on bread. You know, I'm not the only one. So there's some peas and avocado stacked on it. Pretty good. So most would consider this raw food with sprouts the healthiest of all of this food. And it is really good to eat plenty of carrots and celery. And this also has a green apple in it. Cabbage, both colors. And a few other radish. It's got a few other things mashed up. I have to mash all of that because it's too hard on my gums because I don't have a lot of molars. But super healthy. It keeps you regular. This is the food that keeps you pooping. It gives your intestines something to grab onto instead of just something really squishy. A lot of vitamins in that. Vitamin C, vitamin A. So this is purple sweet potatoes and orange sweet potatoes and yellow pepper, and that might just be a regular potato. So people are probably driving by here looking at me like, wow, that looks peaceful, or something schneid, some schneid thought in their mind. They're all looking, what the hell is that guy doing? He sure looks relaxed. Well, I am. Amazing food. Damn. This is all vegan, I think. Yeah, this is all vegan. I did bring a can of sardines though. See, this is the cool thing about this, is you can just throw one of these in your car Throw a dozen of them in your car, and there you go. Look at that blue stuff coming off of my car carpet. It's just a world. We're just a speck. It might not even be real. This whole thing is just synthesized. It's just a simulation. Check out this giant horse trailer. That also has, as you can see, raw beet in it. And I've always felt that that's one of the most important foods to eat, beets. People are like, hey, look at that guy, he's got gray hair, but he looks younger and he's not fat. How the hell can that be? Must be one of those damn hippies. Probably never worked a day in his life. Hey, I've still got some for later. And I think I got a slice of bread. Yeah, I still got a slice of bread in there, and I still got some figs too. Woohoo! Let's close those up so the bugs don't get in there, and just gonna leave the spoon in there and stick all that back in the fridge. So, you know, this old car doesn't have air conditioning, but in a pinch I could take this ice pack and put it on there. Woo! If I want, I can turn the fridge down so that it'll freeze everything. Then it'll really be cold, but then my food would be frozen. So as you can see, I could put a lot more food in here for a long trip, you know, for like, I don't know, a week maybe. And then I could just keep preparing food and putting it back in the fridge and keep going and going. And I've now got a lithium battery powering everything, and oh my god, it is so strong that I think if it were not even sunny for days, you know that I've got, most of you know, I've got my own electricity, and I had to move the charge controller down for this table. This is a new sew-in table that I just picked up, but this inside here is a lithium battery. And the other cool thing about these new lithium batteries is they're about less than half as heavy as the old batteries. So powerful. They can just go and go and go. So it'll keep that fridge, even without any sunshine, it'll keep that fridge going for more than a week, I'll bet you, probably a couple of weeks. So when your body is healing, as mine is, this is why it's so important to always have massage tools and be able to work on your bod at any time, because it's like you're mutating into a different thing constantly. And your body will get tight in one area, you know, and it needs the massage. And you can't always just do it with your hands. You need to be able to get a lot more leverage. And that's why whenever I know that I'm really potentially needing some self-massage, if I'm gonna be gone from home for 4, 5, 8 hours, I gotta have my massage tools with me so that I can deal with the tension problems, pain. Always double check your camp spot to make sure you're not leaving anything or any trash behind. And thank you so much, tree, for that shade. I really appreciate it.
Turn left on Route 2 US 74 West.
So if you're wondering if your team, whatever sport that may be, is going to win or lose, what you need is to think that it's going to be neutral. Some people say that what you want to be is a winner, not a loser. I say that what you want to be is in the middle. Okay, I got home and now it's the next day, and I just cut the hole in the top of the table for the machine. And I did that by creating this pattern. And I created the pattern from the machine and from the table. These are where the belts, these holes are where the leather belt will go through there. So let's see if it fits. This is a custom fit, as you can see. I fixed it, I just kept fixing it so that every little corner is perfect. And so it should go in there perfect, right? Can I do this with one hand? Blam! How does that look? Wood not finished yet. Wait till the wood is finished. Now here's the treadle. Here's the treadle, and I'm going to clean up first before I put it under there. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, there it is. I finally got it to sit flat in its hole, and that wasn't so easy, but I got it and I did a good job. And I put a rope on it. And I believe I mentioned that I'm waiting for the leather belt to come. But I put a rope on it, and the rope slips, but it still sort of works. It still works. Check it out. This is pretty cool. Pretty cool. And once again, the rope is slippy. It doesn't grip the wheel good. At this point, that's about as fast as I can make it go. But it's still pretty fast, especially since it's not going that good because it's slipping. And it doesn't stop good because it slips too. Oops, wrong way. Oops. I keep going the wrong way. And this is a kind of a machine that never breaks. It's like solid steel. Solid steel, heavy steel. And it doesn't need to be secured to the table. Just the weight of it alone is so heavy. And I don't think I need to secure. See this? It's not even secured. It can move around. But it doesn't move around. It's good that I can move it around because I can position it different for my feet. For when I get tired of one position, then I can move it up or back and left and right, etc. So there you go. I just need to, finish up the table. I'm going to put shellac on the top, tung oil on all of the rest of it, and then that'll have to sit for many days and cure. And then it's done, I guess. There's probably more things, you know how that goes. But thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video.